Unbelievable.
Just seen it.
Yeah, I know. I literally was waiting for you to get back to be like, I can't believe that. Unbelievable.
Nice.
Yeah, oh well, at least we had the yeah. Oh well.
Well, that would have been like 25.
Yeah, so I would have made like an extra 40 quid. So like on a 2 lot, 3 lot, yeah, it would have been a substantial amount, but oh well, we bagged the profits. We got 12 pips. It's pretty good. But yeah, it did end up running to our it did end up running to target at 151 220. It certainly did.
You're right, Salim. So,
Morning, Salim.
Hi mate, you right?
Yeah, how are you?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
Oh, this morning, yeah. My magic keys, like, I don't know what it did. It changed. I didn't even change anything. It changed it to percentage of account risk instead of fixed lot size. And I ended up taking like a 3 lot. And I had to close out most of the positions at the start of the trade.
And then this is the time you're like, oh, I wish I just held that one time.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just dropping, man. It's like how much from the entry? 24 pips from the entry.
It's good now. Though, 3 days, to finish the week in profits. And, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Much. Sort of there.
Yes. Yeah, so on gold, I'm looking for potential sells below 17.28.500. This support over here. Then we have this nice clean move coming down. But at this point, we want to see some form of resistance being formed. Looking on the 1 hour, looks like it done a fake out back into this shit-ass consolidation. So below this area would be the 4 hour coming down to potentially fill these wicks, right? And then as we look on the daily, that would be basically daily coming back to this level of support. But I'm waiting. Yeah, see, the only issue is this area over here at like 17.26. Could be an area where we need to like retest to continue moving up, but we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see, because we may not break down below this area. We may hold support here and continue moving bullish. It may create like a support to retest the highs. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Morning, A-Rod. How's it going? Oh, it's like even gold starting to come down to the support over here. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna go make a drink in that now while nothing's really going on at the moment. DL caught 80 pips on GJ, very nice. Yeah, I caught 12 pips before the stream myself. Yeah, I had a nice sell from 151.397 coming down to 151.260. Yeah, got out like 260. The original TP was at 151.220, but I started to see, I don't know, something was like kind of telling me, you know what, just take the profit there and finish there, because we were coming into quite a problem area on the higher time frames. But it does seem like we're actually coming below that level now. So like I was saying, from a structural perspective, for us to continue further down, we're going to need to see lower time frame resistance being formed below this 4-hour level. So below this vicinity right over here. We're going to need to see lower time frame resistance being formed in order for price to continue moving bearish. And then if we do keep dropping, then I mean, technically speaking, this should be our next kind of area that we should reach, which is around 158.50. So I think if GJ just continues dropping, then 158.50 is going to be the target for the day. And then if it can continue further down at that point, then 156.50, right, based on the structure. But like I say, we would need some form of smaller time frame resistance below this area here, and then we should see further downside on pound yen. But yeah, I was looking to secure down at the wick fill here on the daily, on that MY session 4-hour candle within this vicinity. I got like 12 pips, and I just decided to close out because I saw like it was reacting a little bit on the smaller time frames, and just, yeah, part of me was thinking, you know what, just take the profit here, because yeah, this was a very like sketchy area until we started to see lower time frame confirmation, which we did get. But the higher time frames definitely created resistance here, which meant that we could come down and fill those wicks. So you do have to kind of like understand how the Asian session works in comparison with the London session, and what you want to kind of like see happening in the Asian. Oh, look at this, man, we're just dumping over here. Let's take a look on the smaller time frames. Oh wow, there's a smash through that zone. That's like a 30 pip move right over there. So it looks like we're already heading down to 150.020. So if you're looking for sells, I think you're gonna need to wait to see some form of pullback, some form of structure, like, I don't know, like wait to see a pullback. Let's say we get like a bullish candle form here, and then you wait for like a pullback to this area, right? Because then this will be that 4-hour level, and then wait to see, you know, resistance being created in this vicinity, and then you can see the next candles continuing moving down, right? That's going to be your best option at this point if you've missed this move down. You don't want to be taking sells over here. You're going to need to wait for some form of retracement at this point. It's very, very important. And then on gold, I'm looking for potential sells below 1728.500. But what I'm going to let price do is, because look, we've been moving pretty bearish now for a little while on gold, so I'm going to have to try and let it make a low at some point, maybe wait for some resistance to form, and then take a sell if we can get there. If not, I'm quite happy to let gold go today and then come back maybe to see how MY session sets up. But yeah, this is pretty much dumping down on gold as well. I wonder if there's any like fundamental drive today. Not sure. So yeah, I think I think we may, yeah, we'll have to wait for a pullback on gold to even get an opportunity to sell this. Right, I'm going to quickly go make a drink in that. I'll be back in like 5-10 minutes, and then we'll see what's cracking. Right, bear with me guys. Kelsey and Salim, you're in charge of the moderation as usual. And yeah, give me like 5 minutes, I'll be back. Cool. And oh, well done DL, he's just caught 100 pips on GJ, so very nice. If I was you, mate, I'd take your profit and I'd call it a day. I would take that profit, man. Fair play. Very nice work. Right, bear with me guys, I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so it seems as though gold tried to come down. It's having some problems in this area. So it probably does need to pull back a little bit, create some resistance. Let's look at pound yen for a minute. Oh, pound yen is just dumping. Yeah, pound yen is no remorse. No remorse. Okay. Yeah, just closed 90% rest running to other TP liquidity area. Nice. GJ. Yeah, this is GJ. Yep. What is the trade? There's no trade right now. No trade right now. Yeah, looking on the daily, we may actually start to get a correction. Not a correction, but I mean, like an actual proper retracement, potentially. Because if you think about it, if this daily candle closes out as it is, unless the next daily candle basically closes bullish. So let's say, so basically, if we look at the structure here, right, just based on the daily right now, what makes the most sense for sells? Well, let's just say like this daily candle closes as it is, right? What makes the most sense for sells would be for the next daily candle to basically wick up a little bit into this area and then again start to drive further down at that point, right? But at the same time, and based on the structure and what I've seen before, we may just get the next daily candle do something like this, right? What would that then suggest? That this is just a pullback and that we're going to continue with the trend again. Okay, so you got to understand what's happening. So how do we get confirmation to maybe say, okay, well, this situation isn't going to happen? We're going to need some form of further 4-hour resistance basically being created and smaller time frame resistances. But yeah, I mean, if we do close like this and the next one only makes a little bit of a top wick and starts breaking the low, then I mean, we could see a correction down to like 150. Yeah, quite easily we could see a correction down to 150. So yeah, gold is in a very, very difficult situation right now because we don't even have one bullish 5-minute candle. Not one since this area. Since that drop, no, not even one 5-minute bullish candle. So if we're gonna take sells, I'm gonna need to see this candle leave a nice wick for us to potentially fill. And then we need resistance to be created, otherwise it doesn't make any sense to take a sell. Yeah, gonna have to wait. Gonna have to wait a little bit longer here on gold. Right, let's go back to pound yen. So pound yen is at support right now. Same goes for pound yen. See, at this point, you've got to wait for a pullback. You've got to wait for some form of resistance if you want to sell it. If you want to sell it, you cannot be selling over here. You need to wait for a pullback at this point. I feel the same way, HFX. GJ has already broken bullish intraday structure NY session. Yes. Yeah, and actually, so when I came to the charts, that was one of the first things that came into my mind was, okay, well, look what NY session did. We we rejected the highs, we came down, and we tapped into this support. Right? So if we're creating a resistance over here, right? If we're creating resistance over here, where's the most likely place price is going to go? Well, the first thing is it's likely going to go to support, which is here. But we're breaking that support, so where's the next likely place? Well, probably that NY session wick fill, right? This vicinity, which is why I have my targets here, but I closed like somewhere over here. So I had sells basically once this 4-hour candle was back flipping bearish and it was below our 30-minute support, right? If you look at the way the 4-hour candles were setting up, the way that the current 4-hour candle was setting up, you could have predicted this move based on this candle right over here. And what you'd be looking to do is then look at the smaller time frames within this candle to see how you could have got an entry, right? That's what you're trying to achieve, because on this candle I knew that, okay, well, when this candle flips, we're somewhere in the mid range. So what do I want to start seeing? Middle of the range. Did I get that confirmation? Not quite. What do I want to wait for? Probably at least a good confirmation candle in my direction to tell me that this is the top wick of the 4-hour and that we can continue moving down at that point, right? So understand where your targets are right over here and understand what confirmations you have and whatnot. So I knew that, okay, as long as this 4-hour candle stays bearish after breaking the low of the previous, we should continue that move down. So go and see how you could have caught that trade, right? This was our range within the 30-minute. This was our consolidation. If you look, this roughly about here is where the 4-hour candle flips bearish, right? So this is the current 4-hour candle is bearish below that yellow line and is bullish above that. So what you'll find is that as price starts to break down below these lows over here, it's the 4-hour candle flipping bearish, right? So what does that mean for you? What does this wick mean? This is the current 4-hour high, right? So go and understand that type of structure, and it's going to give you a lot more confidence to know where we're going, where we're heading, and where you want to execute. So yeah, right now we just have to wait for a retracement. Same with gold. Gold has got to create some form of resistance in order to continue moving down at this point. Yes, the 30-minute candle's closed below, but is that a good opportunity to take a sell right now? Not really. Stops are massive. It doesn't really make sense. We haven't even got a pullback on the smaller time frames yet, so I think you're due one. You know, even a 15-minute bearish candle, a bullish candle, and then a bearish candle would give you that pullback confirmation, and then you'd be looking on the 5 to say, okay, what's my structure? So EN, we haven't really looked at EN today. Let's take a look. Seems as though, yeah, it's just still in that crappy ass range. EN, yeah, I wasn't gonna look at EN until we broke down below this 4-hour level, because while we're in this consolidation, it's not moving too well. It's been very choppy, very wicky in this consolidation. So for me personally, I think I'm gonna wait till EM breaks out of this range and then start looking at it again. So how many people caught GJ sells this morning? Who caught GJ sells? Been in a sell from 1735. Nice. 1735. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I mean, yeah, I think it was good. I think you only really got confirmation below 1734 that price will continue down, but it's up to you. London session going to give us that pullback. Yeah, open could give GJ the pullback for sure. And we're below that area now where, you know, any resistance being formed below this level is acceptable because of the fact that we're below a resistance level now. Right, do we have any charts or anything over here? We've got any charts people want to send, any ideas people are looking at today? Let's take a look. What people are looking at? Anybody catch these trades and see where your entries were? So let's, you know, use this time to get criticism. Criticism is good because it means that you can do something better. And if you can do something better, you can get better at it. Boom, boom, boom. I caught it at the break of intraday structure. Oh, nice. Good work. Do you trade US 30? No. I stopped looking at it. It moves well, but it's pretty complicated. It's quite a hard pair to trade for sure. But yeah, not just that. I felt like I really need to just like focus on like a real small amount of pairs. So that's why I chose GJ and gold are my main two now at this point. Gold is going to be on par with GJ as the weeks start to come more and more. And then EN's kind of like, they're like, I've seen it, I've watched it for a while now. But I need to do some proper back testing on it, but I'm just still like watching it, you know, because at the end of the day, like there's no rush to jump onto another pair because, you know, you're always going to get conflicting ideas, right? You know, because one day you're going to come on the chart, you're going to be like, oh yeah, I can see GJ sells, but then you're going to look at it and you're going to be like, oh no, but there's EM buys potentially. So there's always going to be like, you know, market trying to draw you in all different ways. So keeping a smaller amount of pairs is what's going to stop you from getting kind of like distracted with other trades and other situations. But yeah, no, I don't trade US 30 anymore. Like the stream, gang. Thank you, Logan, appreciate it. Right, let's check out Mike's chart. Okay, so this is GJ 30-minute time frame. You took a buy. Was this the Asian session? I think this was the Asian session, right? Entered a buy position here after the close of the 30-minute above 151.717. Closed 50% because price failed to push up, and we came back down into the range. Yeah, I think it was it made sense for price to continue bullish, but I think it's pretty early on. Let me see what time that was in the Asian session. Yeah, see, this was at like 9 o'clock, right? This was pretty early on, right? I think that was a bit too early to be taking a trade because the daily candle hadn't. Oh no, it would have closed at that point because it's
the one later.
Yeah, it is a bit later.
It's this one, pretty sure. What's it work?
Oh, he took a buy here.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was this candle. Is it? Oh, yeah. You're right. Okay, yeah, I see the idea there. Yeah, it makes sense. I think it was just like it was a probability, you know. We closed back in the range and just fell to support at that point. I mean, the only thing I can say is maybe because we kind of like rejected that resistance that was created. Hold on, what time did you take that by? So that was at 12. Okay, I see. Yeah, it's a little bit of a difficult one at that point. I think you done well to manage it, to be honest. I think you done well to manage it, but all in all, yeah, it just didn't want to work out, did it? I think, yeah, it's just down to probabilities, really. The only, yeah, because even the 1 hour got above everything. So, yeah, that's a shame. It's just a probabilities factor. But at least you managed your risk. That's the most important thing. Because you managed risk, you allowed yourself to get out with a smaller loss. But I think you had a good idea. Because I know that a lot of the Asian sessions have been moving pretty bullish. Not just because, you know, you want to take a buy because you've seen that, but based on the structure and everything, yeah, it made sense. It made sense to at least get to 151.850 for sure. But yeah, probabilities weren't there. But yeah, unlucky for that one. Right, let's look at gold. Gold is pulling back. Still no resistance at this point. So I want to see some form of structure. What do I want to see on gold? So we have a support formed over here, right? We have a low created. So I want to see like a resistance formed. That's first confirmation, right? Then the best second confirmation is going to be, can we pull back and make some form of resistance again in that area, or some form of lower resistance to tell me that the structure is there to continue moving down. I don't want to see just one resistance because, yeah, it may just come straight down to retest the low, and that's fine. But what if we create resistance here, but actually because we want to close back above our higher time frame level, we then start to create a higher level of support, and then we're wrong, right? That's what I don't want to see. So I want to see structural change to tell me, okay, we should start to head down, right? You know, because obviously, let's say this 15-minute candle in a minute's time closes below that area. That is telling me that we're respecting the zone. If it doesn't, we're already doing a fake out. So does it make sense to sell when we get a resistance, one bearish candle? No, it doesn't, because of where the higher time frame levels are. So you need to put the higher time frame levels into that plan, because there's no confirmation. This is support. What do we want to see maybe to take a buy, right? To take a buy, what do we want to see? Well, this is support. If we create some resistance, pull back, and create a higher level of support, then that suggests that we have now short-term bullish market structure. If we break through this little resistance at that point, you can expect a correction. Okay? Pretty simple work. Just got to wait for those confirmations, wait for that structural confirmation. But I missed my perfect gold opportunity yesterday. Too busy worrying about GJ, which went nowhere yesterday, but at least we got quite a nice move in the London session today. Yeah, I think there was many opportunities to get in the trade, but obviously there was a lot of issues on the way down. But again, like, you know, sometimes when you see it's broken it with volume, you look back and you're like, oh, I made, you know, that's what I was anticipating. But in the moment when you're looking at it and you're like, oh well, we got all these wicks, we got, you know, support here, we got support here. It does it does tend to feel as though, you know, it could start to reject off those areas. So that's why I wanted to just bag my profits. Yeah, I got like 12 pips this morning.
It's saying I only caught 3 pips.
What, on your...
on my trade.
Oh yeah, because of your because of your free log. Yeah, I know. Oh well. We know you didn't.
Thinking with GJ, like, we'll see if we can get 4-hour close kind of below that 4-hour projection zone, around 200.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to it
Or
now.
are we going to pull back a little bit in the next hour?
Yeah, I mean, if I just remove all the drawings for a sec, right, and we just purely look at structure, I want to try and like make this a bit more. Okay, so if we purely look at structure, right, let's keep it nice and simple. This area here is our demand zone, right? We literally just spoke about this before the stream. So anywhere within this area here, we can see that we were moving bullish, right? We're tapping into it and we were moving bullish. Okay, so from a structural perspective, right, we've now broken the fact that this area is some form of support zone. If you look here previously, what was it previously? It was a supply zone, right? In the short term, of course, right? These zones are there to be broken and turned into support zones like this, okay? So this is the type of thing that we should be looking at. And actually this, like, that also makes sense into why when we had that 1 hour candle closing bullish, that was a great opportunity to take a buy, because this was no longer a resistance. This was now turned a support level. So from a structural perspective, it made so much more sense to buy above this area, and you now have to say the same for sells. It makes way more sense to sell below this area now at this point. But what do we need? Well, we need a resistance to form. We need price to come back to this zone and try and create some form of resistance again, and then it would make more sense for us to head down to the lower end of this range supply demand zone, right? So that being said, if we do create resistance here, then the next place we're going to go is the bottom of the range, right? Because that's our also support zone, right? Or demand zone. Why is that? Because it was a previous resistance turned support. So you can already, right, just as a simple trader, understand how the market works. When we're in an uptrend and price is broken above resistance and we create support, higher probability of going up. When price breaks below a support and it closes back below resistance, higher probability of going down to the lower end of that range, right? Simple stuff. So yeah, I think overall what would be nice is a pullback to that area that I've just spoken about, between 151 200 area. A solid resistance form there would give a great opportunity to see a lot further downside. That would give a great opportunity. Let's look on gold. So the 30-minute candle is trying to close below. So I'd rather see the 30-minute candle respecting that area. Because look, here's the thing. 15-minute close back in the range. Yes, you may get one 5-minute bearish candle, but is that enough confirmation to tell me, is this resistance enough to tell me we're going to come back below here? Not really yet. Because what may we do? We may create a support and then start to head up at that point. So we want to wait for some form of structural confirmation. We have a support, resistance, not enough to tell me that we're going to head down or even continue. We've got 9 minutes left for the 30-minute candle to close. That's what I'm waiting to see close. Should GJ retest the breakout zone again for sells? It should, but it might not. That's just GJ. You know, that is just GJ. I can't say whether it will or not, but it should from a structural perspective. Right? It should. Anywhere below 200 is going to give you a good opportunity to sell with resistance. This is my buy on gold that went horribly wrong. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look for you. Well, at least you have the courage to come and say you made a mistake. So now we're gonna go through that and we're gonna see how you could have done better, right? Okay, so you took a buy as his goal. So you took a buy on the 15-minute, broke resistance and retested, anticipating to move up. Yeah, I think that was a little bit of a not a great situation, because I think to take a buy at that point you would have needed to wait for a support, right? You would need to wait for support. See, if I go to my gold chart for a sec, I was looking for the same thing, but look, we never created a support. So price made a high, perfect, job done. If you was going to be in buys, you should have been in it pre-London, but you wasn't, so you missed that move up. We created resistance. You needed to wait for a support. So I was waiting for support over here, waiting for support, never got it. Never got support. Once I got my support, I'm now scaling down to my 5-minute time frame to see structure. And when you go to the 5-minute time frame, you can actually see structure to tell us that we were going to head down. We created resistance. We then created a lower resistance. We had a support and we created a lower support. We would have needed a double support over here, or a higher level of support to tell me that we were going to head up to retest the highs. Okay, we never got that. We got a lower resistance and then we broke down below support. Higher probability of heading down. Okay, we never got that support. I think just entering in blindly on a retest, especially once you've seen a heavy pullback, isn't the best situation, right? Buying here when the candles come all the way back is not a good not a good situation. I think you needed to wait for a support. At least a 15-minute would have given you some option, and then a 30-minute would have been a stronger confirmation. So if you just take that into the next time, you're not going to make that same mistake. And as you can see on gold, that would have been like me taking a sell with just one 5-minute bearish candle. It's not enough confirmation. But what is right now for potential further upside is we have a support formed and we have a higher level of support. We tried to create some resistance. We're breaking above that. We should start to push up at this point. Am I going to take buys? No, because we had this heavy move down. Right? So I'm not going to just jump straight into buys based off of that. I need to see at least a 30-minute in my direction, or a 15-minute. Yeah, we do have a 15-minute to be fair, but yeah, I'm not really looking to get in this trade right now. Gotta wait to see how the 30-minute candle closes. But yeah, you should have waited for support, and then it would have been a much safer entry to retest the highs, or you would have missed it, and then you would have seen how potentially you could have caught those sells. This is my outlook when I zoom in for better entries on GJ off intraday key levels. Okay, let's check out A-Rod's chart. A-Rod. Okay, so it's pound yen on the 1 minute. Minor bearish structure, intraday bearish structure. Okay, safer buys at pullback to retest bearish intraday structure at break of minor bearish structure. Body candle close above 151, 200. Okay, yep. And then safer sells at 151, break of previous lows, and body candle close above 151. Okay. Yeah, I think as well, like where you've got your minor bearish structure, I think you could get good sells below 200 if we're gonna pull back to this area and create some resistance. But yeah, I think from a intraday structure, yeah, it makes sense if the 1 minute then start to break back above that 200 level, and you can see higher time frame candles doing so, then it would have made more. Then yeah, I agree with you. Then we can start heading back up at that point, and maybe we're going to react to this 4-hour level. But if we pull back to 200 and start to create some support, if we pull back to 200 and create resistance, then like I say, you know, on the higher time frames, etc., it makes more sense to just continue down with trend and then retest these lows. But yeah, nice work, A-Rod. I like it. What's pound yen doing? Pound yen is kind of retracing at this point, which is good for those looking for potential sells. However, we may just see more downside. Ugh, we may just see more downside. We may not get that retest. I need a nice stretch. Yeah, man, I should have waited for support. That's fine. By the way, if you could, you explain during your levels in more detail. Yes, I did do it yesterday, but I can do it a little bit more in detail if you want. Let's just wait to see how this candle closes, and then I will. We'll do it. We'll do it soon, because we're not going to be on the stream for long today. I'm going to be here for a little while. Moral support. And only a potential re-entry on pound yen if I get something that's quite solid. No, this is not HFX trading. This is Forex trading. I just call myself HFX trading. So no, this is not the future. This is not options or anything like that. Sarah, I'm afraid. I'm afraid you're at the wrong place. Looks like GJ's pulling back, which is good. Gold. Yeah, I think with gold, probably want to wait a little bit longer to see if we're correct. Yeah, I think you need more confirmation on gold to do anything right now. But GJ is pulling back, which is good, right? That's what you guys want. So just to let you guys know now, so you know, pretty much there's going to be no live streams for the whole of June. Just to let you guys know. So in June, from June the 1st, I'm going to be away for probably the whole month. So yeah, so pretty much the only thing that will carry on. So for us guys in the private Zoom, so for Salim and Kelsey, you two, and obviously everyone else in the Discord, I'll still be on the Zoom every morning. I'll still be doing the Zoom from where I am, but there won't be any live streams probably for a good month. So yeah, it's not like I don't want to do it. I want to get, I need to get away, and I can't take my computer set up with me, and my laptop is not the best. It will not let me stream. I can tell you now, that will end in a disaster. So yeah, it will just have to be normal private Zooms every morning. So but then the live streams will resume in July. But yeah, just to give you guys a little bit of a heads up. Obviously I'll talk about it more nearer the time, but just to give you guys a heads up. Anyway guys, let's get some likes on the stream. We've got around 21 likes. Let's try and get some likes up on this. Yeah, I'm sorry, Prathib. I've been stuck. I've been stuck for, you know, since last year. I need a good few weeks to just get away, get some sun, get some, you know, just get away, man. Yeah, I will miss doing the live streams for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I do enjoy it, But I think overall it's something I need to do. So those in the private group, nothing's really going to change for them. Obviously, it's not, they're not going to have the live streams, but I'll still be coming on every morning as usual. Because I can work out there, right? I can work out there. I've got Wi-Fi. I can bring my computer. That's not a problem. But I just can't live stream. So that's the problem there. So yeah.
I seem to notice on the YouTube, maybe this was what happened to you yesterday when you said you saw there was no wick to the top. It's like on the YouTube, yeah, you don't see the wick sometimes, like even if they're white. Right?
Really?
Do you know? Yeah.
Maybe you're right, because no, to be fair, yesterday I looked at it on my trading view on my phone and it didn't have a wick.
Oh right.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, I know what you're saying, because I do look at the YouTube sometimes, but I don't know why that is. Do you think it's like a quality thing?
I don't really know.
No,
like,
neither. I don't
it's
know either.
1080p, so it should be fine.
Yeah, waves should be fine. I mean, my condition says excellent. Let me go to settings. Oh, maybe that's why. Is that any better?
I have to wait for it to kind of catch up.
I think I may have just sorted it.
No, I think something's changed.
Yeah, I put the quality up on the settings. I didn't realize but as in like from my streaming settings, I didn't even realize. I just kind of like looked at it. That doesn't look better at all. Do you not think that looks worse?
I think it was. No. You have to move your like mouse around to like the chart moves, because sometimes like it happens.
Hold on.
I mean, the delay is how much? Like
A few seconds.
half a minute.
Yeah, I'd like to work that out, see if I can get it a bit more clear, because it isn't very clear at all. I've never actually like thought about that, to be fair. No, I don't think that's making a difference whatsoever. This should be crystal clear, like.
Yeah, see, it's not white, thick white how it is on the Zoom, is it?
No, I know.
Quite wicks.
But it should be very good quality. That's what I don't.
It happened to Raja as well. People were saying they couldn't see his wicks like a while ago. Not sure if it's working out.
But why is it? It looks so. Like, I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't look. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know what to say with that one. How do you change the on your phone? Yeah, if you used to go on YouTube on your phone, how would you change the quality of it?
Normally just onto like should be settings options, you know.
It's not coming up. Oh, hold on.
You go on to the top
maybe
three
that's
buttons.
why.
It says quality. Yeah.
Right. Has that made a difference? Oh. Okay, that looks better. Yeah, that looks much better now. Okay, that's what I've been doing wrong then. All this time I've been looking at my YouTube from a. Okay, that should be pretty clear now. That looks pretty. Yeah, that should be pretty good now. But I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, there is a few wicks that you can't see. But I don't know whether that's just. I don't know. I've put it to the highest. Like it's on 10, whatever. What would you call it? 10.
1080p.
Yeah, maybe I'm gonna look it up how to make it more clear. Like, I think I need to change it in my Streamlabs settings. Maybe someone can help me. Yeah, I think gold looks like it can continue moving bullish at this point. Create a support, higher level of support. We broke above resistance. We're respecting this area. As long as we respect this area, we should continue moving up on gold. Yeah, gold should continue moving bullish. Yeah, it definitely looks a lot clearer now, which is good. But obviously I want to know how I can make it a lot more clear. Oh, GJ's pulling back. Yeah, looking on pound yen, I'm not gonna lie, the way that it's setting up right now, it does seem like if we start to break below these lows over here, there's gonna be some potential for further downside, because this may be a retest. This may be like some form of a retest, liquidity grab, whatever it is that it may need to do, because it looking left, we had this resistance over here around 151.5, 150, 160. It looks like we've tapped into that and now we're coming down. So I think if you're looking for further downside, there may be that potential if we start to break below these lows, and then you can play it down to 150, 850, which is going to give you roughly, it's like a 13, 14 pip range, but your stop is going to be slightly bigger. That's the problem. But you would really be expecting price to continue that move down. You'd have to really expect it to continue down. But we'll see. We'll see. Right, let's check out this GU setup from Jaya. But yeah, keep an eye on GJ. If it starts to break the lows, I think it's going to continue further down at that point. Okay, so you're looking for GU 30 minutes sells after retest. Yeah, makes sense. I think that's pretty good. I think it's good. You also got to think, okay, what happens if it doesn't? Are you going to look for a bearish candle? Are you going to wait for a break of the lows? What are you going to do? But yeah, definitely the right idea. Just giving you something to think about. HFX, I think is not just the TradingView website, not your computer, just playing around with the colors. Yeah, maybe, I don't know what it is. I just, sometimes the wicks, they don't really show, but I think maybe it's like the quality on the Streamlabs, maybe as well. Come on guys, let's get some more likes up in here. Yeah, let's get some more likes up in here. So we're nearly coming up to the potential 2K subscribers giveaway. So maybe I was thinking, I know we did Magic Keys last time, but at least there's a new version out. Maybe some people want to do that. So I might do the new version of Magic Keys. So yeah, we've got quite a big calendar week with news here this week. So today's fairly clear, but we do have retail sales at 12:30, which means that there's going to be a lot of volume. And if we look at the retail sales, they're expecting bad numbers, right? They're expecting bad numbers, which means that gold, right, should continue moving bullish if there is USD weakness based on that. So if we look at the previous month was 5.3%, but this month they're expecting negative 0.5%. Right? We had that in December, we had that in January. So go back and see, you know, what happened whenever there was a bad core retail sales. So keep an eye on that with gold. That's today at 12:30. See what else news we've got. So that's a very, very important news for gold. That is very, very key. And then tomorrow is a big day for CAD. Not really too bothered about CAD. So we've got CAD CPI. It's a big day. We've also got Euro CPI in the morning. So that definitely is important. You also got the Dutch parliamentary election. So anyone who's trading Euro pairs, I'd be cautious about that. And then in the late evening, afternoon, we've got USD. We've got FOMC. We've also got the Fed funds rate as well. So pretty big news event there. We've got NZD GDP. That'll be overnight. We've got AUD. Don't really look at any AUD pairs, so not really relevant to me. So then on Thursday is a big day for the pound. Thursday is a big day for the pound. It's the monetary policy statement, right? It's the bank rate, the official bank rate. So it's about interest rates. So we know that it's at 0.1 at the moment, and they're saying they're going to keep it the same as expected. So if everything's the same, if pound keeps interest rates the same, every time they've kept interest rates the same, we've seen price go bullish, right? So keep that in the back of your mind as well. Now, if everything stays the same, that means it's kind of good for the economy, really. Because the only time it's not good for the economy is when they're going to have to change it. So let's say they was to reduce it from 0.1 to 0.5. That is suggesting that the economy is not doing very well. If they was to increase the interest rate, that would suggest that the economy is potentially, on a recovery stage at that point, because they can now start to increase the interest rate. But they're not going to do that for a while. So I'm thinking at the moment, it's pretty much guaranteed it's going to stay the same until you start to hear little whispers otherwise. But at the moment, it should stay the same. And if pound interest rates stay the same, then GBP should have a positive effect to that. Or, what we're thinking is, it may be already priced in. Who knows? You don't know. But effectively, there should be some form of positive reaction with it, because nothing's changed at that point. Nothing fundamentally has really changed. Things only become a concern when interest rates and things like that change. Obviously, they was changed. They were lowered, but at the moment, that's not something to worry about. I don't think we're going to go any lower at this point. I didn't even check Friday. So that was Thursday. We got GBP, and then Friday we've also got. So we've got Japan's policy rate. We've also got Japan's interest rate decision as well. So that will affect GJ. Remember, that will affect pound. So if they're looking at also keeping rates the same, then nothing really should change on that front. But they've actually got negative interest rates. And then you've also got CAD retail sales as well. But that's a bit later on. But we do have at 7 a.m. we do have on Friday some public sector net borrowing news for GBP. I'm obviously expecting that to be quite high, but it's only a potential low impact news. So, but you just got to keep that in your back of mind. So yeah, not too bad of a week. Oh, looks like gold did continue moving bullish. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I wasn't really interested in the buys, to be honest. Even though it structurally made sense, I just didn't like the fact that we were coming into the close on the 4 hour soon. It's a very choppy range. Yeah, wasn't really confident in taking a buy at that point, but it looks like it did make sense to continue up. So if you want to know how you could have caught that move, then again you need to look at the structure. What was the structure telling us? Support, high level of support. We have resistance. This becomes your range. If we break down, more chance of heading down to this area. We break up, further chance of correction. We stayed above. We also created another support over here, a higher probability to go up. Very, very simple. Looks like GJ has run out of a little bit of volume over here. However, I think that we could still see some further downside on GJ. I think you just need to see... Yeah, see this candle, it closed like a bearish candle. So more than likely, we're still going to pull up a bit to try and create some resistance. But that's good though. That's what you want. You want that bit of a retracement, because the bigger the retracement, the more range you have to retest this low. And then let's say you was to take a trade here, right? Let's say you get price pulling up, you create resistance there, and you sell. Your first target is always going to be wherever the low was created. The low. That's going to be your first target, TP1, right? And then you can leave a runner to see if we'll break that, right? We'll break this and continue further down. So what you're doing is you're basically saying, okay, well, as long as I can secure at the low, that's going to give me profit, and then I can leave a runner to run. It makes more sense. Because sometimes when you sell below the low, there's never that there's that probability that it may go nowhere, right? We may not go anywhere. We may like break down and then come straight back up. So waiting for that resistance is going to give you the better option for sure. So yeah, those for looking for further downside on GJ, think come maybe 9 AM onwards, you can start to get that more volume coming in. We seem to always have like a little break, and then from like 8:30, 9 onwards, we seem to get that extra push. But we are coming into this daily zone. I think this is why, as a target for this session, 150, 850 is probably, and I mean absolute maximum. I'm saying 150, 650, because if you look left, we're coming into this area right over here. Right, we're coming into this rejection area, this wick area on the daily. You can see that. So what we may do is not ever create resistance and come back above the range. Then at least we know that this move down was just it's not quite what we're expecting to see. Bomb, right? It's not quite that situation. But yeah, so we're just kind of waiting here to see what happens. Probably finish it off. Probably finish the stream off today about 9. Let's see if we can get like a 30-minute resistance formed. For price to continue moving down. Could you take a look at gold? I've broken down gold time and time again today. Because right now there's nothing. If you're looking for a trade on gold, you're gonna have to wait for a pullback and some form of support to be formed on the higher time frames. Because right now there's nothing. We're in a range. The only thing that you can argue is that, I mean, we made a higher high. Yeah, okay, fine. So how are you going to take this trade? We've got 24 minutes left for the 4-hour candle to close, right? Where's the best possible place to take a trade? It's going to be above this resistance. It's going to be above that area, probably over here. I think the best range on gold is above 1736 to play it all the way up to 1739. That's going to be the best option right now. Yeah, Kelsey, did you hear that the contract's been signed with Tyson and AJ? Oh, I don't think he's on at the moment. But yeah, anyone boxing fans in the YouTube stream? Anyone like a bit of boxing? Oh, looks like pound yen is coming down over here. Take a look on the 15-minute time frame. 15-minute candles coming down. See, if this candle closes as it is, you would basically have to anticipate this low to break. let's say this candle closes right. It's creating a resistance here, right? Good confirmation candle. Only issue you have is you're like, oh, okay, well, we have a support right over here. If you're gonna sell it, you have to go with it. You have to expect this all to break. But we've got a little while for this candle to close. Any specific reason for GBP to be bearish? Well, I mean, there's a couple of things that it potentially could be. I mean, the first thing is obviously just pure technicals, right? You know, if we're rejecting the highs, that basically means that buyers are exiting the market. That's the first thing. It's fairly simple concept. So what that means is whenever price reaches a resistance and it creates like a double top, like this, everyone goes, oh yeah, that's a double top. They don't even know what they're talking about, right? What's a double top then? What does that really mean? Well, what does that actually mean from a market perspective? Okay, well, I'll tell you what it means. It means that one, buyers came up to this price level and we had that initial reaction where buyers exited the market. We had support formed for more buyers to enter in, more liquidity to be generated. And now this is the point where whenever a support is formed and we come up to retest the high, we're either going to break it and continue if we have the liquidity, or we're going to come back to that level and we're going to reject that level. And what did we do? We rejected that level. So what does that mean? It means that more buyers again were exiting the market and taking profits at this point, right? So we could not break any higher than this area. What did that then suggest? This caused this initial push down. Then we created a further resistance, which means more sellers are now jumping in, or you could argue that more buyers are exiting the market at this point now, right? And then this is why you're seeing the short-term move down. Now, there may be a number of reasons for that. Why would buyers take out positions here when, you know, we looked at the monthly, there's further upside to be made, we looked at higher time frames, whatever, right? That's fine. Well, from what I can say is that potentially it could be to do with Brexit. Now, from what I was looking at and reading yesterday, the EU have actually taken the UK to court over the Brexit agreement. So let's go to Brexit. Any Brexit news? The Brexit news. EU taking UK to court. Here we go. So 20 hours ago, you can read this. See, like, we don't get this sort of. You have to kind of maybe be from this country to, you know, hear about some of the things that the media don't talk about. But here you can see EU takes the UK to court. Brexit not over until it's reversed, right? So basically what they're saying is that the EU have actually taken Britain to court over the Brexit deal, right? So maybe that's the reason why, you know, because then there's that uncertainty again. Or is this Brexit deal gonna pass? Is this Brexit deal gonna get through Parliament? You know, I don't hear that on my mainstream media talking about that, you know, so understand that. So we've got a little bit longer left for the 30-minute candle to close. So we have to see how the 30-minute candle closes. Thank you very much. 200 boom for subscribing. 200 boom. Appreciate it. Appreciate the subscription. So we will be doing a 2K giveaway. Like I was talking about at the start of the stream, we will be doing a 2K giveaway. So make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel and you're going to be entered in to that competition automatically. Thanks for your clear explanation. No problem. Yeah, see, I like to just keep it simple, keep it actual knowledge, you know, not that shit people try and push with like, oh yeah, this is a head and shoulders pattern, man, this is this. It's like, come on, man, you don't even know what you don't even know why market does what it's doing. You know what I'm trying to say? Like these people, they'll try and tell you they know what they're talking about, but they really don't. They don't even want to discuss basic concepts of the market. The market is a exchange of buyers versus sellers. You know, all these patterns, it's bullshit. You know what I'm trying to say? You can't say, oh, there's this pattern, there's that pattern. It's not about the pattern. It's what's actually going on in the market. Okay, yeah, so we'll see how this 30-minute candle closes and then see what's going on. But gold buys, that was a good move actually. The shoulder can get dislocated too, they seem to forget. Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, man, people don't like that, you know, all these it's just the amount of crap that you see on social media, like, oh, it's ridiculous. I get so many adverts come up of like people trying to make out they know what they're talking about with Forex, and it's like, I don't even know half of the true things that go on, you know. Like all these patterns are just rubbish. Like, you can't tell me, oh, every time we do this pattern, price is gonna go there. Like, it's not about the pattern. The pattern has a meaning. It's not even a pattern. It's just about the candles. The candles is what price is telling you it's doing. So we're gonna wait this last 10 minutes and then we're gonna call it a day. So come on guys, let's get these likes up. Make sure you dropped a like on the stream. When you say you're going to call it a day, which means you will not be trading for the day, it means I'm coming off the stream. It means I'm gonna stop streaming. So usually when I say I'm gonna call it a day, that means I'm coming off the stream, go have a little break off the charts, and yeah, that's it. You know, if I see something later on, that's up to me. But I've taken a win this morning. I got like 12 pips this morning, so don't really, not really interested in taking another trade. But I was looking at, what am I gonna look for? Because I was looking for potential sales below 151, 200 as well. That was actually my analysis originally. So I've still got in the back of my mind, but we'll see. Yeah, probably just gonna call it a day. But looks like the 30-minute candle is trying to close over here. So this is what I'm saying, right? If we got a lot of volume, which it looks like we do, I think we're going to see a continuation at this point on pound yen. I think we can see a continuation at this point. Yeah, we should see this new 1 hour candle should start to continue moving bearish once we're below this 151 level. But this 151 level is going to be a tough area. It's the only thing, but we do have a lot of volume here. Can I say the liquidity is being built for GBP to retrace back up and go bullish? You can physically say that, you're allowed to say that, but you also may be wrong right now, because look where the 4 hour is about to close. If we were gonna head up, let me explain something to you. I explained this at the start of the stream, right? This was your liquidity pool if we were going to head up. We're below that now. We are creating resistance on the smaller time frames right over here. In terms of probability, right? Like the probability of if you flip a coin, you get heads, you get tails. There's always a probability. The probability of us heading down at this point is much, much stronger, right? And the next area of support is right over here, which means that the new 4 hour candle can continue pushing down, right? So you may be right, maybe that slim chance, but from what I've seen and from what my experience tells me and from what the chart is telling me right now, where is your buys? There's no buys. There's no buys. It's like someone sent me a chart the other day and they took a buy just because we was at support. Well, you need confirmation. We don't have any confirmation because we're look, understand how the market structure is working. Look at the 5 minute. Look at the 5 minute. Focus on the 5 minute just for a sec. Just from where the move has started during the Asian and London. Do you even remotely see any form of situation where we look like we're going to head bullish? We're in a clear downtrend, right? Where would I accept that you're maybe right if we have this consolidation and then we start to break up and create a higher level of support? Yes, you may be right on the smaller time frames. But right now, no confirmation for that. We're creating a resistance over here. We should see the next 30-minute wick up and then continue moving down. last 2 minutes of the 30 minute. Is it going to continue moving bearish? I think GJ is going to keep dropping. If we close below 151.020, then we're coming down to 158.50, 100%. Yeah, we're breaking down over here. As long as this candle doesn't close with no wick. Yeah, who said take buys? Come on, man. Price is coming down.
Imagine this runs to 850 within this next minute.
I think. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think it would do that. But if it did, that would be pretty mad. I say no, it won't. Boom, 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 boom. Wait, where have you been anyway?
Oh, I just went downstairs for a bit.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah.
I was trying to talk to you and then I didn't get a reply, really? So I was like, yeah, I was like, oh, he's obviously not here. No, I was just saying, did you see that Fury and AJ, they've signed a contract?
Oh yeah, no, I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, it's all signed, so the fight's gonna go ahead. And then, yeah, let me, AJ versus Fury.
Oh, GJ.
What, is it dropped? Oh,
yeah, a little bit.
Damn, 850's incoming. Just as he says it, in the last 1 minute, it's going to go to 850.
These are the days of the impulses.
Yeah. I mean, from our entry now, it's dropped 50 pips. Fuck yeah, now. Oh, I shouldn't swear, sorry. Keep forgetting. So yeah, there's no buys on GJ. No buys whatsoever. Just leaving a nice wick. You should see this next candle do some form of retest and then continue moving bear. I mean, we can just keep on dropping here all day. No doubt about it. Definitely next target is 158.50.
Definitely, there could be chances to get on the retest. Nah, that 50 minutes too big. Yeah, it's a massive candle.
Yeah, you probably have to look on the 5 minute to see some form of minor resistance forming. Or it's just going to keep on dropping. You never know. I think we're going to just keep on dropping. I think we've got generally that much volume now that we're going to keep on dropping. Yeah, I did say, you know, if we start breaking the lows, that there's an opportunity for price to continue down. Remember that. I mean, just from if you took an impulsive trade there, got like 8, can go break even and let it run to 850. But yeah, there's a lot of volume here today. A lot of volume. It's just a shame we didn't let a piece run, eh?
Another day.
Yeah.
Catch a nice big move.
That's it, mate. That's it. Tomorrow should be a good day. Tomorrow should be a good day. Oh yeah. I was looking at the. Yes, it's confirmed. The contract is signed, but I want to know where. Yeah, look, it's been officially confirmed. Promoter Eddie Hearn with a date and venue to be announced in coming weeks. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm 100% watching that one.
Yeah, I don't really watch that much, but I mean,
that's a big fight.
Watch.
Yeah, that's a big fight. That's a big fight. That's two of the. It's like that's the 2 of the heavyweights, champions of the world, and they're both from England fighting.
It's gonna rack in a lot of dollars.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we should hit. Yeah, we should hit 850 now. At this point. Yeah, we should hit 850. Yeah, this new 4-hour candle should continue moving down. We got a lot of volume here today. Yeah, yes, after your explanation, use 5-minute time frame. It's surely down. Yeah, you got to look at the structure, mate. You've got to look at the structure. Despite what you think, look at the structure. The market structure is going to tell you more than anything. Wow, I thought it's going to range. No, we had a lot of volume here. We created a stronger resistance on the 15. That could have been a good opportunity to sell to the wicks. Still a low point, remember. But still, I don't think that was the best option, but that made sense. That made complete sense. I took a sell. Okay, nice. 200 million, 200 million, 2-fight contract. Apparently, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, it's a 2-fight contract. Yeah, I've seen the 2-fight contract, definitely. But I don't know if that means like they have to fight each other twice. I don't know how it works. Or is it like he has to contend? I don't know. Probably have to fight twice, I would presume. Anyway, guys, I think we're going to call it a day over here now at this point on the stream. So, yeah, I think if you're in sales, your target there is 150.850. That should be reached. As long as we stay below 150.020. 151, sorry. As long as we stay below 151.020, we should continue moving bearish down to 150.850 at that point. Now I think NY gonna range, probably no trade today in NY. Maybe not, we'll see. Stop loss is too big to take a sell. Yeah, I'm not taking any more. I'm not taking another trade at this point. I would have taken a sell maybe if it closed like over here as an impulsive to try and like break down below the lows and continue bearish, but I'd already taken a win this morning, so yeah, for me now I think my day is kind of done over here. But yeah, anyone in sells at that point, I think, yeah, your target there is 150.850. It's pretty good. Alright then, guys, so we're going to call it a day here today. Thanks for coming on, really appreciate it. So yeah, drop a like on the stream if you enjoyed today's commentary. We discussed the entry of the trade that I took this morning before the stream, GJ sells. You had to wait for resistance to form. This obviously was an impulsive move you'd had to have taken for price to continue down. A lot of volume, gold. Now we was kind of waiting for gold sells, but it seems as though that obviously never happened. Then there was the potential for gold buys, but I didn't particularly want to execute on that idea. I wanted to wait for sells because of the strong momentum. But yeah, it seems as though, at this point, the better trade to take was the gold buys once we closed back in the range and created some structure. But yeah, either way, it's been a pretty good day. I think gold's been pretty slow, apart from obviously that whole retracement, but GJ has moved very, very well. So I think we can see some nice continuation, potentially running into MY session. Okay. All right, cool. So yeah, thanks very much everybody on the YouTube. Thanks guys in the Zoom, really appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow. 7 AM usual time. So yeah, perfect. So thanks very much everyone. Take care, have a good day. And I hope anyone in any trades, I hope it goes well. Cool. Awesome. Thanks very much everyone. Take care. Thanks Salim. Thank you, mate. Take care.